What do your dreams mean to you? When you dream, do you remember what happens? Do you trust them or their meaning? How important are your dreams to you? And how important are your dreams to others? Eaternal Nocturnal is an incredible new series out on Webtoon, literally released a couple days ago when this video goes up. Not only does Eaternal Nocturnal have the funnest name to say, Eaternal Nocturnal, anyways, Eaternal Nocturnal is by the same mind behind other popular Webtoon series, Siren's Lament, a series now on Daily Pass with 26 free episodes, and Where Tangents Meet. The author, Insantmiso, brings a different story, with the pitch being, what happens when a dream eater meets an insomniac? Since this series is so new, now is the perfect chance for you to get into it. You'll get to see the entire series unravel alongside everyone else. The art is spectacular, the characters are super fun and often relatable, and the premise is getting me real excited. I try to avoid talking about new series since there's often not a lot to talk about. But I'll be honest, this series is already very intriguing and getting my analytical mind thinking. But before we get into that, let's talk a little bit about our series, our characters, and the themes of the series. Starting with our first main character, our female lead, Eve. Eve is how we start the series. Eve is the insomniac the pitch mentions. Eve actually has chronic insomnia. Unlike myself who stays up because of work, Eve very much has difficulty sleeping. With no easy way to get to sleep, Eve struggles to stay awake and active in a morning person's world. We hear her lament this issue.
It's the third time I've lost my job this year. I was caught nodding off in the middle of work. Again. And the job before that, I received too many complaints from customers who described my appearance as disagreeable. It's not that I'm incapable of working. I'm just tired.
Eve is a capable person. She's fun and talented. She's got an amazing singing voice. But due to chronic insomnia, she's struggling in life. She's lost jobs. She's worried about her future. Stressed about where she's gonna get her money, how she's gonna survive, how she's gonna last. This is an understandable worry and kind of a theme throughout this series, alongside the themes of expectations, identity, and stress. Now you might be asking, why these three? Stress is maybe seen in Eve. She's lost jobs and is worried about her future, but even that one's kind of a stretch. Meanwhile, expectations and identity aren't that much present in her role, right? Well, viewers, you played right into my hands. First, stress plays a much bigger role in her character than you'd first think. According to the Sleep Foundation, under the article What Causes Insomnia, we get this line. Common causes of insomnia include stress, an irregular sleep schedule, poor sleeping habits, mental health disorders like anxiety or depression, mental health disorders like anxiety and depression, physical illnesses and pain, medication, neurological problems, and specific sleep disorders. We can eliminate most of these. Eve tries her hardest to get good and constant sleep. She doesn't seem to have physical illness or pain or is taking any medication. Meanwhile, stress and mental health disorders like anxiety and depression would connect very well to what many Webtoon authors like to write about, that being mental health issues. But it could also fit into Eve's backstory. Now, we don't get anything on Eve's backstory yet. There's probably something in the Fast Pass episodes, but we can speculate on what's to come. Eve has an incredible singing voice, but she's quick to not deny it, but say that her singing voice is nothing, that it's not a future for her. The way she says it makes me believe that Eve wanted to sing when she was younger, but someone didn't want her to. Made her fully believe that singing isn't a job, it's a hobby. Eve was likely put down a path she didn't originally want. She had dreams, she had a future she wanted for herself that she was excited for. But maybe her parents didn't think it was a good idea. Maybe someone in her family kind of called her lazy. Maybe a guidance counselor at school didn't think it was a future for her. Whoever it was, someone made her believe that her singing wasn't her future. So she can't be blamed when she doesn't believe her singing isn't a future for her. She can't be blamed when she gives up. There we see the expectations. And she can't be blamed when her friend, Sherry, a popular YouTuber, accidentally posts a story that makes her look like Eve's singing is her own, and asks Eve to be her voice, asking her to sing and let Sherry use it as her own. Yeah, sure, Eve would get paid for it, but she doesn't really know if she should do this. Doesn't really know how to feel about someone else being her voice. There we see identity. I bring these up because it's incredibly important to the first thing I mentioned, and an important part of this series, dreams. Eve has dreams, of course she did. What kid doesn't have dreams of who they want to be in the future, who they can grow up to be? The small amount of time we get with Eve's singing voice, we know that it's amazing. So amazing that a YouTuber with almost 2 million subs would want it. It's very clear that she spent a lot of time on her singing voice. But it's something that she should be proud of and doesn't seem to be proud of. Isn't that strange? How many people have dreams that are crushed by parents, siblings, teachers? Dreams that could lead into something spectacular. But no one really knows how it could, so people just deny it. And we also get dreams on the other side of the story with some magic. With our male lead, finally, Day. So far, we don't know a whole lot about Day. We haven't actually even heard his name in the first couple episodes. The only way that most people actually know his name is on the Eaternal Nocturnal Instagram, where the author gave us a lot of information, that being his name and the name of his night form. Let me explain. We get a few short scenes with Day, however, we get a good amount of time with this shadowy creature. We get to see it before Day, eventually seeing it actually be Day. This shadowy creature, and the creature we see in Eve's dream, is known as a Dream Eater, or the Dream Eater, as it seems to grab onto people's dreams in an orb of light and eat it, and then travel into their dreams. Not a ton is known on the how or why of it, but what we do know is that Day is seemingly refreshed after being in/eating Eve's dream. This could show that eating dreams refreshes him. But more interestingly, is that Eve's dream specifically refreshes him. My thought is, since she has chronic insomnia, when she sleeps, her sleeping/dreams are much stronger. And because they're so much stronger, she can actually see and interact with Day in her dreams, which seems to catch him off guard. It's an interesting idea, and I think the future of Eaternal Nocturnal will be dedicated on why Eve's dreams are so much stronger, and why Day is a Dream Eater. But something else interesting about this moment, after creating the symbol on Eve's forehead and dragging the dream orb light out of her, I guess, we see this text. Now, I spent a good 30 minutes trying to figure out if this is an actual language or something the creator made. Eventually, I asked my friend who's studying Japanese in college, and he confirmed that it's not Japanese, not Korean, or not Chinese, so I'll leave it at that. While I'm not sure where this series takes place, most people seem to speak English. But this isn't English. They could be bilingual, but I think becoming a Dream Eater gives him this speech, gives him a dream language. There's very clearly more to this Dream Eater thing. I'm sure Day isn't the only one. Remember, Instantmiso also made Siren's Lament. And, like Siren's Lament, I think we're gonna get more of these Dream Eaters. Let me explain. Siren's Lament is about mermaids, technically sirens, explaining not only how they exist in the world, but a lot of really dark and sinister implications. The main draw is that sirens can make deals with humans who are heartbroken and on the brink of drowning. the actual text, to switch places with them. The human gets another shot under the sea, but loses their memory. Meanwhile, sirens get a chance to be a human. This series is about that deal and how it went wrong with the two main characters, and learning about the secret world of the sirens. Now, I'm not saying that Dream Eaters make deals with humans and switch and trade or whatever, but what I am saying is that the author likes to show the secret side to the magical part of the world. Both series have a hidden magic, and both series have that magic start to behave differently than how the person with that magical ability is used to. And they both have the main characters try to figure out why. But even if they don't, I'm still really excited for this series, and I hope you'll check it out. But that's all for today. So like always, thank you for watching, and I hope I'll see you next week. Take care.